fucking pissed me off, dude. I'm ready to cancel it. Then. All right, broke up. Start it before I go.
All right, we're going.
All right.
Well, fuck you, Craig, and welcome back to the 120. I was gonna say 27th, so good thing that's wrong. Episode of Cooped Up Conversations with Aaron, Joey, Prokop, and me, Cooper. Joining us today, a very special guest and now a special member of the Trifecta Club, dude. The very funny former CIA agent, Mike Massaro, dude. What's going on, Mike?
Hey, what's up, dude? How you doing?
Dude, doing pretty good. You know what? I normally try to think of an intro before, during the day. I'll think of all right, this is how I want to pretend the first 30 seconds would go. And I did that today, and I had a whole little set it lead in. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be dope. And then I fucking didn't write it down, so I completely forgot it, and it just never came back. But dude, Mike, dude, I appreciate it. Well, Mike, we can plug your stuff at the beginning, just because fucking this show's coming out quick, and now we got you guys. We got you guys hooked. So we bamboozled you. We're going to give you fucking info at first. So, Mike, what's your socials? What do you got coming up?
Oh, hell yeah. You can check me out on Instagram at mike.massaro, Massaro. Mike is spelled normally. And then, let me see. I got all my dates there. But coming up this week, when you say it's coming out Wednesday?
It's coming out Wednesday. Yeah.
Or on Thursday, I'm at Armada Brewery in New Haven. It's going to be a real fun show. And then Friday, I'm up with you guys in Lowell. It's just going to be. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a rowdy one.
That's a primary amount of our listeners as well. So as long as they listen by Friday, dude, they get a little appetizer of you, Mike, so they know what to expect.
Hell yeah!
So that's gonna be good. Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about is the chairs. Now that I'm going to start about it, more people are coming than I anticipated, and then I always kind of put the chairs on the back burner because they have enough chairs there, and I really don't think they have 40 plus folding chairs.
Do you have an IKEA near you?
An IKEA?
Yeah, they have really cheap folding chairs.
How much per chair?
That are perfect for comedy shows. I don't know. I'll ask Mustafa.
No, dude, don't even need to ask. Who's by the Prokop? You buy your computer? Can you look up IKEA folding chairs, please?
Right. 1 second.
I'm gonna guess
IKEA.
I'm gonna guess $10 a pair.
These are
that's a good guess.
These are the wedding rental chairs. Folding
exactly.
Chairs. Let's see. $12.99 a chair.
A chair? Get the fuck out of here! You got to be able to buy those things in bulk. But anyway, I'm probably just going to make, I don't know how to even say this on the record. So, but newer people in the house, dude, I'm going to make them take them fucking down. I'm going to bring couches down there or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But the chairs was the last thing I was worried about. I was worried about, I'm worried about the booze first and foremost. Because if I don't fucking come down there with 6 handles now, I'm going to have to stop in New Hampshire and get them anyways. And then that's a huge loss. Because I'm basically fucking paying double from what I normally pay, which would be a disaster. So I'm not. The booze has been my number one priority. And getting people booked, selling the tickets, and then the chairs, I just feel shouldn't have been as far in the back burner as they. You know what I thought it was? Because my uncle has storage units everywhere, and he has random shit. If I ever need something weird, I need an Adirondack couch. The guy somehow makes an Adirondack couch appear. It's wild. He's also a crazy gift giver. When I was 7, he gave me a fucking adult Lego set, which of course set my mom off because she's I'm not having Legos around the house. And then the next year to one up, and he bought a fucking kayak. 2 of the most inconvenient presents of all time. But this guy has strollers everywhere, so I'm he's got to have folding chairs. And that's apparently the one thing on the planet this guy does not have access to. So,
do you belong to a church?
No.
Well, maybe if you weren't such a godless heathen, you'd have chairs.
Well, dude, here's the deal. Like I said, we've said it on the record. It's the little bit of the Catholic guilt thing. It's almost once you break out of it, It's so hard to like dive. The only time I see myself going back to church consistently is when I force my own kids to go to fucking CCD.
Yeah.
Like it's like this. I feel like that's the true cycle of Catholic. Like there's a few nut jobs who go to church. One of my cousins is one of these nut jobs. I probably should be. She doesn't listen to the podcast, but if you're like 30 and under going to fucking church after CCD, like CCD didn't work on you. I feel like CCD, I feels like its actual deterrent is just pushing away Catholics. To be honest with you, I feel like it's a long-term ploy. There's like no reason that they should have it.
Same reason Catholic school exists.
Yeah, no, it's a disaster, man. The Catholics just don't know how to run a franchise. But
no,
let's get.
My girlfriend was saying she started going back to church, and she was there on Sunday. She's like, yeah, they handed out the missal, and they were talking about like the year in review, and it was like they're in the hole like $500,000 this year. She's like, this is not sustainable.
Dude, yeah, they just make some weird choices, both strategically,
financially,
like financially. I mean, you still got the gold dome. Yeah,
sexually.
Yeah,
you know who doesn't have financial problems? Temple.
I hate to say it though, I feel like most churches at their base level have financial problems. But at the end of the day, it's just such a lucrative. Like they already made their money. Like
dude, my priest stole like $300,000 from my church growing up.
Dude, that's like light compared to what some of these fucking guys do.
It's not a big money maker church. I mean, like it was like I think it was like $300K in like monies that they couldn't find, and then he bought a beach house in Old Lyme and a Mercedes.
Dude, my question with these people is like, do you not think you're gonna get caught?
Well, like, so he didn't. I mean, so what happened was they realized all this money was missing. The woman who was working as a bookkeeper was like, "Hey, this is weird. Why is all this money missing?" And then he was like, "Because you stole it." And then she's like, "No, I did." Like she's like, "I'm poor. I didn't take this money." And he's like, "No, she stole it, guys. Right? She stole it." And then the state police started investigating, and then he moved to Massachusetts.
That's a smart move. That's a smart. Yeah. I mean, moving is definitely the migratory Catholics, dude. They know how to get themselves out of trouble, but
they do.
Just move to a different diocese.
Yeah. But I mean, like, dude, here's the deal. If your priest is buying even the Mercedes, that should be a red flag. Like, if your priest doesn't drive a beat up old Buick, like, you need to be looking into him.
A Buick is the priest car. That is.
Dude, the beat up brown or light blue that is parked at that at least the church near me, they gave them housing like right on the site.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the rectory.
Yeah, but they get their own houses, dude. So the house, the car would never leave. Yeah, it's like if you're priest, first off, the car, but next to the beach house, like, dude, here's the deal. The whole like priest thing, you're supposed to be a little subtle about it. If you want to fucking run up a tab, get some real performing skills and become one of those evangelical fucking nut jobs down the south with like 300,000 people. Like, those people, say what you will about how unholy they might be. Those people know how to fucking make money, dude. Those people are performers. They are truly like, are they evil people? Like, maybe.
Probably.
But so are most great business people. I mean, the guy is if you can captivate 100,000 people and get those people to tithe more than they pay the government in taxes. They had those people tithing during COVID. Like, those people know how to sell, man. So if you're going to be like that, you shouldn't be a Catholic priest, man. The Catholic priest, it's like the subtle riches. You know what I mean? You want like a few rings where you're like, oh, like those are bloody diamonds, dude. Like, that's fine, man, because it goes with the drip. But if you're buying a beach house, man, like you're the first person I'm going to look at.
Have you ever been to like a seminary?
I'm assuming it's about religion and not semen, right?
No, yeah, it's about religion, not semen. It's where all of the it's like where all of the priests in training study basically, and they have these like houses for all the priests. And so when I was at Fordham, I went to one of the Jesuit houses that was over there, and it was like a neat, like tidy, wealthy frat house. like you walked in, they had like a massive liquor cabinet, they had a huge entertainment room, everyone had their own like room, but it was like, instead of like sports shit and girls, you had like posters of Padre Pio and shit like that. Like it was really interesting.
Dude, I'm fucking dead. Do those guys like need to, like, is it before the vows they like can fuck around and shit? Or like, no? Because I feel like, to be real, a big way for the Catholics to avoid their problems is maybe letting the priest get some poon, dude.
Yeah, I feel like that's a power that could easily be abused, though, because like so many of those Catholic women would be immediately trying to fuck the priest. like everyone would be trying to get a piece of the priest.
But would you prefer?
Well, isn't that why they originally said that the priests are not supposed to? They're supposed to be celibate to not like take advantage of that power.
Yeah,
probably.
I don't know.
But like deep down,
yeah,
wouldn't you rather the priest be fucking the recently divorced wives than the kids?
Yes, agreed. You got me
Like,
there.
maybe let's pick and choose the battles. So I agree.
Battles.
Yeah, but it's like, I feel like just doing that doesn't eliminate the pedophilia problem. I feel like it's not like
they're only pedophiles because they can't fuck the moms.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't be a pedophile if you just let me fuck of age woman.
It's like what if you have a dry spell for like 6 years, does that mean you turn into a child molester? Like,
I mean, no, I'm sure it's not, but like I'm just saying, like, think of like because they can't have sex, you got more likely to get the creeps. But if you could get some fucking, because think of all the like Christian influencers who are bodybuilders and stuff online, like just let those guys be priests and let them fuck some sad moms, dude.
I've seen that. I got like a YouTube ad where it was like you can't skip this, and the guy was like, "Hey, I just want you to invite you to pray with me right now." And he sits through this, like, it's not even like a straight up like Our Father. It's like, thank you, God, for all you give us. You teach us with your eternal light. And he's hippie praying. It's like, come on, man. I want a real prayer. I want the guilt. If you're gonna give me an ad on YouTube.
That's because that dude's getting pussy.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like that. That's what I'm. How about they have to date outside of like Catholicism? Like,
so it could be like, okay, you're allowed to get pussy, but only if you're just like actively converting her.
Yeah, kind of, because it's a long-term play, but it's also like
long-term play.
It's also like
give a whole new meaning to missionary.
Oh man, but dude, they also won't have the power over them, but then they'll have the power over the kids. Like realistically, like it'll be like, oh well, I'm a priest, like you're gonna be a fucking Catholic. And that's how you spread it, but you're also not using the fucking Catholic power over the fucking person you're sleeping with. I think that might be the best plan for long-term growth. And maybe even if it cuts down on one, or let's even say two pedos becoming a Catholic priest, I feel like those are definitely worth it. Start letting there be some Chad priests. Let's spread it
Yeah,
out a little bit. See, this is the ideas I needed to think about on Friday. This guy, this engineering kid who we went to college with, was talking to me at this party, and he's way smarter than I am. He's like a fucking vaccine, whatever, for one of these companies. And I'm just like, yeah, well, I'm an ideas guy. he's like, give me some of your ideas. And I'm like, well, you're really putting me on the spot right now. But like, I like, if you give me some time, I'll come up with some ideas. The kid definitely thought I was a fucking moron. What are you gonna do?
Is this a Sigo?
No, it was like like I think like a phi cap or something like that. Like someone I'd never interacted with on campus.
Yeah.
And he was actually a cool guy, but like I didn't have an idea for him. And then I started asking him questions about the vaccine. I'm like, would you trust the vaccine? And he said no, which I mean, like, take it as you will.
It's funny. The only other the guy I know a guy who works for Pfizer, and he said the same thing.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, I just feel like nobody fucking knows yet. So it's like, no matter, even if the person's working on, to be honest with you, half the shit I'm working on, I'm like, I don't know what this fucking is.
Yeah, dude, I work
Like-
for lawyers. I feel.
Yeah, like, dude, how much do you have to BS in that office, Mike?
Oh my god.
'Cause you're a smart guy. I'm not saying it like that.
Oh no,
It's also
dude,
like-
no, 100%. Like,
I feel like you have a more creative mind. You know what I mean? Those people are analytics tools, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a different brain.
well, no, because it's funny because there's so much rationalization that goes on where I'll be like talking to my boss about something, and it's like, yeah, but like, you know, this is objectively wrong, right? Like this is like it's like not that we're doing anything wrong, but like this guy that we represent is objectively wrong in X scenario. And he's like, yeah, but like, you know, under this, that, and I'm like, dude, you're rationalizing like bad behavior. Like this isn't.
Yep. That's the law.
I've been on that for a while. Cooper, you can attest to it. Cooper. I've been saying law is fake for the past year.
Dude, 100%.
Oh, I mean, dude,
Totally
Like,
made
it's
up.
just weird. Like, in the perfect world, there would be something that's just like yes or no. I know that's like the whole other thing, but the fact that you can like wiggle your way out of things, like you said, when you're just objectively in the wrong, this proves to like it's just not real.
Yeah, like there's whole fucking like there's whole elements of the law that are like, oh yeah, we can sit here and we can tell you exactly how much a person's life is worth, and then we have all these like damages multipliers where it's like a fucking twisted casino where it's like, oh, you got a ×3 multiplier punitive damages, you're fucked for your life. Like it's like
Strange.
That's how it works? I thought you actually
yeah,
had
dude,
to like figure it out.
yeah, they have multipliers, like, and not to mention like all rules of court and everything, right? Like the whole procedure is governed by this by this book of rules, and essentially like the whole book of rules is like all this legal jargon and procedural like clerical bullshit. None of it's the law. I mean, it's all legally binding, right? But none of it's like, you know, Congress delegated an authority to write the rules of procedure to the judicial branch, who then like, you know, it's all just bullshit. Like it's not.
It's all lies, bro. All
And
of it's
yeah.
just being, they're just so good at being the fucking most annoying people on the planet.
Literally. And like anybody could teach themselves how to do this shit if you had enough time to read and understand it and like parse through it and look shit up, right? But it's like the access to the databases to read the case law costs like $20,000 a year. The fucking, you know, so there's all these barriers to entry. So then they just itemize that into the bar association. And then you establish all these requirements and barriers to entry to doing it. So then all of a sudden it's like a professional class of its own.
Oh, absolutely. I'm so I'm for deprofessionalizing law. It's such a boys club, you know.
I'm gonna not comment on this on the record. I'm gonna let you guys talk about it. Just,
Cool.
that's not it.
I know. Speaking of law, I don't know if we can bring this up. I might and Joey's not here to say, but I think, is the NDA null and void?
Oh, dude, we're talking about the Lord soon, dude. When
I
he's
love
back on, we gotta
NDAs.
talk about.
Oh,
I don't know who did Joey just stop working for.
Oh, our Lord and Savior. Yeah, him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, get
Oh.
ready for some fucking Lord fucking.
I'll put it in the chat
Some-
for you, Mike.
I think I can guess who it is. Is it a very wealthy man?
Mars.
Yeah. Okay.
Wealthy
Yeah.
man. Loves rockets.
Trucks.
You could also say he's a bit of a memer.
Dude,
Big
He's a
fan
bit
of
of a-
pyrotechnic.
He's a bit of a funny guy.
he's a comedian, dude.
He's a comedian.
I'm
He likes
rich,
Modern
bitch.
day comedian. But anyway, listeners, we have no idea who we're talking about, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be open to talk about some stuff in a little bit, which is great.
Actually, bad news for that though. He saw some news about them, and he might come crawling back. Not right away, but there's some things make him think he might want to go back.
But yeah, I think law is very difficult, and it should be so hard for people to get into
difficult.
Yeah.
Well, it is. I'm not saying it's not difficult.
It's just the barrier of entry is
I'm
ridiculous
covering my
for it.
bases, not that Brooklyn listens, but
No, I get it. It is difficult. It's just fake at the same time. Like it's just not.
It's wild. Like even
like
just
a person who drunk drives and kills a family of 4 could get out of it somehow. You know what I mean?
If you just have
even though it's like he objectively drove the car drunk into a family at a park bench, somehow through law you could wiggle your way out of it.
And I drive my car drunk and go over the line, and I get fucked. It's bullshit.
I didn't hit anybody.
Man, your man's so unfair, dude.
I'm just kidding. I don't condone drunk driving. Wink.
You know what we need to get? This man a pair of keys.
No, I honestly I don't think that drunk driving should be a crime technically. Like I think it's kind of insane that it's a crime.
I have an insane take on drunk driving. Actually, not as insane as you, but I think they should just use their taxpayer money to build a whole separate private lane where you're allowed to drive drunk, but like anybody can use it, but it's like up to your own risk, right? So if a drunk driver hits you and you die, well, too bad. You're in the drunk driving lane.
Doesn't one of the comedians in Connecticut have one of those bits, dude? Because
I think
it's the best solution.
Staff has a joke about putting up bumpers on the road at like 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. and that's like the
I mean, that's another clearly great idea people did.
Yeah,
but that's how you that's realistically and how you avoid it.
The only problem is cleanup. You need to use more taxpayer money to have the cleanup crew like on call at all times. Because
I feel like you should have to opt
creates
in.
jobs.
Yeah,
I feel like you should have to opt in. Kind of like
you opt in. Yeah,
like the Pike, dude. When you get on the Pike, you know you're paying the toll, so you pay for the fucking extra taxes for the cleanup. The problem is if you allow that, then you're just going to allow people to, you'd have to be more strict about drunk driving on the normal roads if you open a lane like that.
100%. But I think people eventually would just move to the fun road, as some would call it.
So in the Virgin Islands, in the U.S. Virgin Islands, you are allowed to drink and drive.
I think
right. It's like you're allowed to have an open container in the car and be drinking as long as you're not driving, like crazily, essentially. So like if you're swerving and stuff like that, they can pull you over, and if you're over the legal limit, like you will get a ticket or whatever they do for a DUI down there. I don't know what it is, but like if you're just sitting there having a couple beers and you're driving and you're fine, you're fine.
I think you could do that in like Mississippi, but
you can do that in like half the country, dude. There's a decent amount of country that allows you to drink. Yeah, it's a very northern thing. I think that's anti.
What was it? I think in Australia they can literally just pull you over for any reason. Like,
those people
it happens here, but like it's like they're actually just allowed to. Like, there's no.
Australia is scary.
Those people are criminals, though. Like, they need it. It's kind of like Europe, dude. Like, Europe needs to be like wound tight, because if it doesn't, like those people with any ability to fucking cause havoc will.
Yeah, that's true.
Those people will fall into fascism any chance it fucking gets. They love it.
Australia is literally the people that England was like, yeah, we're good with these ones.
we're good on you guys.
Yeah, you guys can go elsewhere.
And think of how sick those people are.
How do you like inhospitable desert?
Yeah, how do you where the environment wants to kill you?
Yeah.
It's kind of like Florida, man. Like, do I want those people deciding every presidential election? No. But like those people at least should have a decent say because they literally live in hell. Like anytime someone describes Florida to me, I'm like, this sounds like it's like kind of like Arizona. Like unless you live in like Sedona or where it's not like scorched. Like if you live in fucking Phoenix, like oh my god, like why do you do that?
I don't think I've ever
Like
been.
oh well, we don't get snow. I did. It was 126 degrees.
Jesus.
It was like insane. I got out of the airport and it was nighttime and it was still like 100 degrees out. And I'm like, oh, this place is the fucking worst. I knew day one. There's no reason people should live there. Sorry. You'll never change my mind.
What about Vegas?
Dude, Vegas I feel like is for people that like it's fine that they live in Vegas. Like
I feel like it's the same deal where it's like
Vegas is just Arizona with more degeneracy. I feel like.
Yeah, that's my thing though. Like, I would rather live in Vegas than Phoenix. 100%.
I would be homeless so quickly. I'd be living in that underground tunnel city. Like it would be like it'd be like 6 months, and I'd be in the tunnels.
If people can live in Vegas and not do that, like I'm honestly kind of impressed. Like
they need to do what Monaco does. They just
will.
ban the citizens from fucking going to the casinos.
But then no one would live there. But
yeah,
at least Monaco's like nice.
Yeah, that's true.
I want to go to Vegas so bad.
Vegas, you said?
Yeah, I want to go to the casino just like for a trip, not to live. Like I want to go out there and just do the casinos there because Mohegan's taking enough of my money. I need to.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I don't mean to prod, but how much money would you expect to spend in like let's say a week in Vegas?
Honestly, it depends how I'm doing before the trip. I'd probably save up. Like, so in an ordinary trip to the casino, I usually try to cap. I'm modest, you know what I mean. I try to cap myself at like 200, and then like I will inevitably make like if I'm doing poorly, I'll inevitably make another run to the ATM and dip down 3, and that's
another 3.
Like, yeah, it's just like no, not another 3, another 1, so 3 total.
Okay.
And like that's generally as far as I'll go. Plus, if I have any cash in my pocket, like if I have like money from a show or something like that, like I will also gamble that cash. And then like I don't know, but if I was going to Vegas, I'd like put stuff aside beforehand so I could gamble more. So like I don't know. The sky's the limit, honestly. Like
okay,
however much I can save. What?
More or less than $5,000.
I mean, realistically, I'm not capable of saving $5,000 with money. So, like, I would say probably like a couple grand.
Yeah. See, the problem with me is I wouldn't want to go to Vegas with less than like $5,000 to burn, and then like burn like 2. Because like I feel like if I only have like 3 to burn and I burn like even 1, I'll be like, fuck, bro. Like that was stupid. Like that. Like I feel like the plane ride home would be kind of when I'm like lying in bed and the high wears off and I'm like I just ate a whole bag of pretzels. It's like gonna be like that, but like times a million.
No, dude, those are some of the most like human moments of my life. I love that. Like after you just lose so much money and you're like, how did I get myself into this situation? And you're just silently driving, like driving back or like sitting on a plane back, right? Like just fucking like running through every bad decision. Like, dude, really what fucked me yesterday was we went to the high limit slots and I didn't read it before like, crackheadedly pushing the button and doing an $80 spin on a slot. And that was not
fuck.
Yeah.
I put $2 into one of those things and I got the bonus spins.
Hell yeah.
Those are fucking beautiful. That hooked me in though. That's the problem.
Oh, that's right.
So I left with none of the bonus bets.
Dude, the bonus spins are the shit.
You just sit there for like an hour. You're like, oh my god, you.
Just keeps going and going. I hit a couple features last night, but I just kept getting down, and then I was just like, I got sucked in on the Game of Thrones machine later on.
Well, Cooper, you and I were at the electronic blackjack. The problem with those is that you can go all the way down to like $1 bets. So you just wither your money away, and then you're like trying to figure out if you're like, do I want to sit here for like another like 4 hours and build this back up maybe, or just go for gold and hope for the best.
Dude, it's so much fun. The fucking roulette. Although I lost my touch for roulette, I've been losing mad money on roulette recently. None of my numbers are coming up. What?
Isn't that what you? Isn't that what you went in and did at Twin River?
Yeah, that was the one that like pulled me out last time because I put $5 on 13 and it hit.
Damn.
It felt so good, dude. Calling the number is like the greatest feeling in the world.
Calling the number.
I want to go.
Yeah, you need a pipeline trip. That's what we really need.
Dude, well, once we get our fucking place in Somerville, you got to come do an in-person episode, and then we'll hit the pipeline, dude.
Hell yeah. What's the pipeline?
Dude, the pipeline is anywhere that the night starts and ends at Encore, dude. The classic one
the pipeline is the drinking to fucking casino pipeline.
Hell yeah. Let's do it.
Dude, we're only about 15 minutes away from her, and I'm going to have some money to spend.
We can literally see it. You can probably see it from like a good view of her apartment.
If we stood on our roof, yeah.
It's such a good looking building, too. That's the problem. It really does. Fuck you, man.
It's in like the industrial park of Everett, though. It like looks terrible, but then it's like this beacon on the skyline.
Industrial park. Oh my god, that's so awesome.
Yeah, it looks like a Vegas casino, and then it's just like surrounded by fucking.
What's it called? I'm gonna look it up.
Encore.
You might find it in our Snapchats.
Yeah,
I'm gonna find like all the times we've posted, or not Snapchats, Instagram. All the times we've posted on the story, and make a highlight of just pictures of the pipeline.
Let's go.
Dude, one of our friends is making a T-shirt. Aaron still hasn't told me what design changes he wants, but we need to get these T-shirts. They need to be pipeline T-shirts on the fucking
T-shirts
by the summer. We're also doing clam bakes this summer, Mike. You gotta come. We'll do a clam bake pipeline send, dude.
It'll be a seafood pipeline summer.
Clam bake podcast pipeline, dude.
That sounds amazing. It's like a perfect day. Oh man. And I close out all this bullshit. I have like 500 tabs open.
Doing that CIA work.
Yeah, no, it's all random bullshit. There we go. I have a gambling problem.
Dude, even Christ fell twice, dude. Everyone's got their thing.
It's true.
Kind of what
I want to get back into sports betting. I had a good run.
Hell yeah. Dude, the next time I'm getting back up. Oh, it's going to be so good. Because this is 2 losses. I'm due for a win now.
Yeah.
I mean, statistically, you are 100%.
That's how it works.
It might even be time to double down.
I think so. I think this is the time to start betting heavy.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, bet on what? Garnett cover, Celtics cover, get the tip off. That's such a good movie.
It is, dude. The first time you watch it, the anxiety is just unreal.
Oh, yeah.
What movie?
Uncut Gems.
Oh, geez, yeah. I watched that once and I was way too high to remember any of it.
Oh, it's so good.
Just remember Adam Sandler wearing a very large necklace.
Yeah, he plays. Well, I mean, never mind. I was gonna say he plays the part well, but
I was like, "Why? What's so wrong about that statement?" And then I sat on it for just 1 second.
Dude, how do you cancel a fucking DoorDash order, dude?
Just fucking beg. Say, please.
I literally
Joey
don't know
went
how to
like
cancel
0 for 4 in DoorDash orders. They like forgot everything. He got his Chipotle bowl, and it was like rice and like obviously like the whatever toppings, but like steak, and they didn't put steak in it. And they tried to just they tried to refund him for just a steak, and it was like this bowl is worthless. Without the steak.
This is a bowl of rice.
like don't charge. They're like, here's $2 back. I hope you're satisfied.
They can do that now?
Yeah, they're fucking savages.
That's crazy. Uber's always good about like they fuck up constantly.
Yeah.
And they've always refunded my shit fully.
Honestly, like you kind of start to, because I'm like not an asshole, so I don't like really complain that much, about things. But if you just do complain, you usually get your money back on anything. Like I harassed Xfinity because I was losing in a video game, so I just harassed to like chat, and I was just telling how pissed off I am, and it was really embarrassing when I had to tell them that like my device and problem was my Xbox, but they just sent me a whole new modem.
Yeah, companies really will because nobody really cares.
Yeah, like the person doesn't care, and at the end of the day, this billion-dollar corporation can give me 10. Like I spent like $100 on FIFA points to gamble on a video game, with things that don't matter.
$100 on FIFA?
On FIFA points, and after I like regretted it, and I like again harassed them and told them that my like little cousin stole my card. And then they like kind of said they'll like sit on it or something, and like a week later I just got like 50. I'm pretty sure they refunded like old stuff too. This was like the $100 from just like a one night session, but I've spent a lot more over the years, and I got like 50 texts from this PayPal notification saying all this money's in my account. I was like sick.
Oh my God. It's on the record.
Yeah, they will know.
You can only get away with that a few times. Like you won't be able to get away with that again.
We'll try.
Oh, dude, one time my brother ordered some shit on Amazon, and they sent him a picture like it's here, and it wasn't at the house. So it's like a $200 like Bose like speaker or something. So he reports that it didn't show up. We go over to my friend's house like 2 blocks down, and it's on his fucking doorstep. Like by some chance, they delivered it to one of our friends' houses. So he just grabs it, and he got a set, and he got like the $200 and the free speaker.
Gotta love it.
That's fucking
So
money,
easy.
dude.
It's so easy.
Oh my lord! I just ate a fucking bite of Papa Gino's.
Yeah, but I was gonna say scamming might be the next business venture for me.
Scamming seems dope, dude. I think we
Scamming
really
is
should do
so
a crypto.
cool. I just like hate to admit it.
I think a crypto would be dope if it like bounces back
Do
a
you guys
little
want to
bit.
get into credit card scamming?
Credit card
What do
scam.
You can do credit cards.
Yeah, what's the best method? That's my favorite thing. Scammers talk to like, I got the new method, and I'm like, what?
I mean,
Get a job.
so the gas pump one is cool. You could always do like a card reader on the door of like a gas station where you're like walking in, and if it's people have them in their pockets or something like that, then it just like rips it right off of that. You could do. I hate that I think of all this shit. I don't do any of it. It's just sometimes I'll like, oh, you want to know what another really good scam is?
What?
So there's the Walmart on Flatbush Avenue in Hartford has a vending machine. Like it's like a reverse vending machine where you can put cell phones into it and it will give you cash.
That's such like a bad thing. I feel like that they allow.
Yeah.
Sounds like that's
Like
designed for people in a certain class.
It's just
Well,
yeah.
broke up on it,
It's
Broke up on
Can you
it.
describe that class for us, Pro Cup?
Yeah,
I
working.
think we should.
Oh, okay.
You can't
Well, they're
get
grinding,
me.
bro.
Working class Americans.
Well, they're grinding, bro.
They grinded for real.
What is it? I think it's called a punch machine. We need to get a group punch machine. You like scam get people's credit cards
Yeah,
and sell them
I saw one on
on
TikTok.
the dark web.
My mom sent it to
my
me, like
Lord.
a scared old lady. It was people with like the card readers in their pockets, and they just bump your butt, and you're like, oh, okay. And they take your credit card info.
That's why I have 1 million cards in my wallet, so it's like impenetrable, dude.
You can
So
buy an
many-
RFID wallet.
Yeah, they're like legal to buy. Oh no, those I thought like there's like scanner things that you can literally get that are legal. So,
Oh yeah,
You just
because
get
sometimes you need them for business.
my favorite type of scam are the ones from the people from you know where calling you, and I'm like, I know this isn't real. Like, don't even try. They're like, hello, my name's Matt. Your name's not Matt.
yeah, I got one.
love leaving
I got
those
one
people off.
today. I know. I always pick up. I'm like, yep.
You never say yup because they're trying to get your voice to say yes.
Well, I haven't been scammed yet.
I just always like let them talk for a second because I want to hear what it is, and then I hang up. I accidentally pushed the 911 thing on your fucking iPhone. I didn't realize if you like held and pushed your fucking volume. Like
Yeah,
I
I've
like
done that
was
before.
holding my phone, and then it started buzzing. I'm like, what the fuck? And I looked down. And it was like, you activated the alert, and I'm like, great.
I actually did that with the elevator button in our apartment. I clicked the emergency thing.
Well, I feel like that one's less. Like when
Yeah,
you
I
do
hope
that.
they were like waiting for me.
Well, dude, did you do it the night you almost died in the elevator?
No, it wasn't that night.
Imagine it was that night, though, dude. They get you on speaker.
Yeah, they would have seen the. Never mind.
Well, I'm sure they have a decent idea. There's also the ghost footprints on the fucking carpet leading down the hallway.
We all make mistakes.
Like,
What?
It's like, oh no, Aaron threw up in the fucking elevator in their building. A night got out of hand. That's all. We've discussed it. We discussed it last week in the pod, but the night got out of hand. Aaron pelicaned his fucking throw up in the Uber, so it was already a losing battle. And then he walked into the elevator.
But he saved Joey that Uber charge.
Yeah, I did. I was a real one for that.
If I again, there would have been like the fine would have been like $1,000, dude. If I got a whiff of it, because then I would have thrown up. Joe would have thrown up. In no way Zach would have been able to hold it in after 2.
Oh,
That would
no.
have been fucking horrified for the driver. Imagine.
Oh my god.
The exorcist dude in the car. His fucking mucus everywhere, dude. It's the guy's like personal car too.
Oh no.
Imagine how pissed you'd be.
You know what? He signed up to be an Uber driver.
Like, you don't sign up for that.
Dude, someone threw up in
Do
my
though,
car
a
last
little
year.
bit. You have to expect it if you're doing it in Boston.
Was it? Were you Ubering?
No, I don't Uber. I was driving a friend as a comedian who will not be named. And we were coming back from a show one night and he drank a bunch and like he didn't seem great when we got in. And I was like, hey man, you need to throw up? And he was like, no, I'm good. I'm just gonna go to bed. And like he passed out and then like probably halfway into the drive, he just woke up puking on the inside of my car.
Oh.
I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, open the window.
And at that point, it's too late.
Yeah, dude, it was everywhere. And then like I pulled into a gas station and I'm like starting to clean it up and shit. And he's like, oh man, I'm sorry. I'll pay to get it cleaned. And I was like, dude, just fucking like take a walk for a sec.
Yeah, get out of the car.
Drink some water, fucking wash yourself.
Dude, after the original fear, dude, the anger would be like off the charts. Like that, like dude, we talked about it a few weeks ago, dude. It's like the shit that we used to do in high school. We would just piss on each other's cars, and it got to the point where it got so fucking disrespectful. One of us crossed the line, dude, and he opened my door and peed on the inside. So I like pissed in his speaker in like the well on the side.
Hey, we were pretty deranged. It was so funny because we would just be like, "I'm gonna piss on your car. I'm pissing on your car. I'm pissing on your car."
Like pissing on like a tire or like
Yeah,
I guess I get that. But inside the car, guys.
Mine was only in retaliation. I would have never
I mean,
been so disrespectful. And it was like a nuke for nuke, dude. You know what I mean?
you have to. No, I understand. It's commendable. You have to strike back.
Yeah, no, it was like really it was like really like I don't know why we ever fucking did it. Crazy thing is back then we'd like justify it.
well, I think what was worse, that or sneaky balls?
I never sneaky balls that much.
Oh,
I don't think I really sneaky balls.
I did.
The fuck is sneaky balls?
Okay,
Just
Mike.
kinda
So you're
like-
sitting on
you
a couch
just-
with
you-
your buddies.
And you just take your nuts out and wait.
Oh,
till
yeah.
you notice. Yeah.
Classic.
Dude,
God.
I feel like that might not be classic.
I feel like that might be a crime when you really.
No,
think
I
about
went
it.
to an all boys Catholic high school. That was normal.
Like it like is one.
It just
Yeah,
is.
it definitely is a crime, but you know.
Yeah.
Dude, our repeated guest, dude, would used to like he would just send tip ones, dude. Like it would be like a random picture, and then it would be like a hidden message.
Pictures of his nuts.
Oh,
No, not
yeah.
even like the tip, dude.
No,
like the
like,
head,
oh,
like,
oh.
headshots.
No, but the fun was when you just send a little brain Snapchat,
God,
draw a little face on it.
A little
it's a
brain.
fucking disaster. We might want to fucking scratch that part from the record.
I feel like we kind of dug. I dug it pretty too deep, anyways.
Oh no, you dug us deep, but I think like maybe like cut when the sneaky balls like that little chuckle.
Oh, okay. It'll come out eventually. Maybe when we can like financially afford to say it.
I don't think anyone's admitted to any crimes.
Yeah, we're just talking about.
Well,
what
it seemed like
This is a comedy.
I
is
wasn't a
art.
sneaky balls guy,
Yeah.
but on the receiving end,
Let's talk about the receiving end of sneaky.
Yeah.
because it would like catch you off
I know a
guard,
guy.
like
'Cause it was-
double
and-
take it.
And did you like wondered how long it was going on for?
Yeah, because then you question like the whole fucking dialogue.
Like the whole conversation you had where you're looking at this person in the face.
Yeah, because like dude, people like used to have Snapchat conversations, dude. It would be like texting, but you just send like a picture of fucking TV, and then it's like how many times were there sneaky balls, and it like fucks you up for the whole night. It was a real psychological warfare. Now that I think of it, maybe it was a crime.
Was
But
that the
anyway.
only one that got sneaky balled in person?
I was talking about in person, by the way.
I've
Yeah, like I only know the game
exclusively
from in person. To be honest, it's a,
Yeah.
Okay. So Coop only got it virtually. I'm pretty sure someone like asked me, like, this is how it goes for me. Someone asks you to get a beer or they want to show you something on their phone. So you lean in and it's just right there in their hands. And you're like, oh, you got me,
Yep.
bud.
I have gum
See-
in my pants.
See, I partaked a lot more in the circle one where you just got to punch people. I liked that one.
that
Yeah,
was a good one.
classic.
That was a good one.
I feel like that was more my style. I just needed to hit. And I would just take it out on people who would fucking look at the circle. It got silent after that. That was a bit. It wasn't that, but now that we've opened up.
So Tuck,
Anyway,
our boy
dude.
Tuck.
Oh, you're a fuck. We'll have you on again before this fucking Mike. But presidential stuff. You're a political guy, as you said. You're a law guy, and you know the bullshit. So I'm very interested. What do you think's gonna go down, dude?
What, in the
Once
presidential
primaries
election?
Yeah, once primaries start, because primaries
You guys-
start this year.
I have no idea.
Well,
I honestly don't follow the news so much anymore because I just like it's all dumb. It's all just everyone's so dumb. This is so clearly just like a corporate charade. So like it's up to like I don't know. I think that I don't even know that the Republicans put together like a strong ticket, and I have no idea what happens with the Democrats. Like I can't see Joe Biden doing another 4 years.
Bro, they're gonna have to like. They're gonna have to like.
Yeah, like he's barely.
They're gonna have to not like. They're gonna have to back him fully, dude. If they're gonna back him, if not, they should just try to get him voted out because he's gonna look bad, man. I feel like a primary is not gonna be his strong suit now, and you know the Republican one's gonna be a fucking circus, dude.
Yeah, and you
Like-
also don't have the COVID thing to like to sort of like temper coverage of shit. Like this is all going to be out there in the open. Like, I mean, assuming the economy doesn't fucking collapse in on itself, which is a very realistic possibility.
Who's gonna start trading in yuans with me, guys?
Yeah,
Is it yen?
for real.
I'm just hoping for a good time, honestly. I
think it's going to be
want
entertaining.
I hope it's fun. Yeah.
The end of the end. Here's the deal. We think be a better empire collapse than America did. I genuinely think it's going to be entertaining.
It's going to be fireworks.
I don't even think it'll be fireworks, dude. I think people are honestly too lazy. Like, dude, if there was going to be fireworks, why would January 6th not like been
Oh
it?
no. I just meant in terms of like a fireworks show. Well, also I think that shit was like, I don't know. I think that all that shit's crazy. It's a bunch of idiots. It's not a
in there.
That's not I bet you it was extremely.
If you want to talk like political violence, that's not political violence. Like,
no, there were two. They didn't have a fucking plan, dude.
Yeah, because there's no organization. It's not like it's like some coordinated assault. You know, it's just a bunch of like monkeys.
I bet you they had no clue they were getting in. And once they got in, because, dude, that's why I don't think it was fully government done. I think it was just influenced, and it was like...
It's like, government instigated.
Like we talked about in the conspiracy episode with you, we can put our tinfoil hats on now for coverage. Tinfoil hats are on now, so you can't be like, oh, I'm going to hold these as legitimate the events. But anyway, it was fucking, I don't know. Like they clearly didn't. If they really get in and planned it, there was no way they fucking would have done that. They had a fucking guy with a stupid bison hat.
That shit was fucking,
like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they almost, like, if anything, it's like the Trump people fell for it.
Oh yeah,
those people are fake. I don't think
that's 100% that I think happened. I think that you have a bunch of like fucking people who are all riled up and pissed off. You have some people instigating shit that are, you know, like clearly ulterior motives on probably a bunch of different sides, and then like, you know, boom. Like you just have like, it's not even like there was like a spark. Nobody fucking like nobody blew anything up. Nobody kidnapped anybody. People said a bunch of crazy shit. Everyone got out because they have procedures in place for that shit, and that was it.
Dude, my boring take is I think it's actually gonna be like the Trump stuff's gonna dial back, and it's gonna be pretty like.
I hate to say it, bro. Unless they put him in jail, I don't see how he doesn't give the fucking Republicans a run for their money.
Oh, he's gonna give them a run for their money. I just don't think he's gonna do it again.
I think he'd run from jail. I think that'd be the best television.
That'd be awesome.
I think he should. I think, to be honest,
he's live streaming from the booth.
He's got a Twitch.
The debates.
Dude, he's got the orange suit on.
It's like fucking Arrested Development pit, and he's just sitting there.
Dude, but he'd look like a creamsicle, dude, because he wouldn't have any of his fucking like tan. So he'd have the orange jumpsuit, and then he'd be like pale as fuck. Oh my god! And he would still DeSantis still, I don't think, would be able to fucking go shot. The problem is DeSantis can't go shot for shot with the guy.
No, but Trump's also going to be old too.
Doesn't seem like super out of it though. Yeah, that's the thing. Like he seems super like, and obviously at his age, like it can happen quick. But he's not, bro. But I don't think he's like fucking senile.
No. I'm not saying he's senile. I'm just saying, like, with age comes diminished, ability with a lot of things. Like, I feel like his energy level's probably not going to be as high as it was the first time around for campaigning. Like,
probably wouldn't need a campaign as hard, to be honest with you. He could take, like, they would probably have to put, if he was actually running, they'd have to probably put him back on. Is he on Twitter? Or is he not? He's on Twitter, right?
Yeah, he's back on Twitter, but he's not really using it because he has his own social media.
Yeah,
fucking wild.
Yeah, but he'll start using it again once it ramps up. There's no way he won't, dude.
He lost his blue check mark.
Yeah, but he can subscribe to it for $14.99 a month, right? Isn't that like
$8.99 a month, or not $7.99?
Oh, is it really that cheap?
I think it's $8. I don't care. But
yeah,
I heard Elon was paying for like LeBron's, Stephen King's, and like someone else's to like get people to be like, yeah, it's legit.
Yeah. Dude, at that point, I'd be like, bro, it's clearly, if I was LeBron James, I'd be like, it's clearly my account, dude. So I'm not too worried about it. But I'm honestly be a fun watch. And people are gonna. I wonder what they're gonna fucking jam down our throats this time now. Because, like you said, they can't do COVID again.
I think people are sick of the culture war at this point. So that's what I meant with like where I don't think Trump has. I think people are sick of the shit on both sides.
Yeah. See, what I think would be awesome is if like I think it would be really cool is if they both put up like it was like some really neutral like milquetoast candidates, and then nobody voted and nobody came out, and you had like 100,000 people show up and vote. And then everyone was like the media is reporting on it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I guess this doesn't matter anymore." Like, there's no everybody, you can go home. Like nobody wants this.
It's gonna be Jeb Bush, all right? That's what it is. There we go.
That would be so amazing if like Jeb Bush finally got elected and they just start turning the lights off on him. Some guy flipping a big switch. Say, well. Been a great 250 years.
He walks into the Oval Office and he's like, "What's up, guys?" And no one's there.
There's just a bunch of movers taking paintings out.
He's like, "Hello."
Yeah, it's like, "Hey, you need to get out of here. They're gonna level this place. It's gonna be a McDonald's."
Who's running the show now? Not you.
He's like, "I got the portrait guy coming at 10."
He's like, "The new carpets were going to be so nice."
There's just like a painting of him in front of like the rose garden, but behind him there's just a wrecking ball swinging into the.
He's like walks in. He's like, "What's for breakfast, guys?"
Jeb, the country's been out of commission for 6 weeks. You're not president anymore. Stop.
Go home.
You're just a guy with no skills. Like, dude, he's not even an effective public speaker, which is like the only constructive skill a politician can really have.
Yeah, unless you're very like charismatic in other ways, like you need to be a good public speaker.
Yeah, like, screw diligence. I just want you to be able to talk nice.
It's either talk nice or be a real person. I don't like the in between.
Yeah, no. It's very annoying when people half-ass both of those.
You look at it, bro, and you're like, clearly not human. I mean, like the empathy's like not there. You're saying what I want to hear, and it doesn't feel real.
Gonna be free pizza and ice cream for the rest of the year. Every day if you make me class president. Just a bunch of overgrown adults, like fucking overgrown children playing dress up.
Yeah. Like, that's one thing I'll say. Walking around fucking Cambridge, and it's like these people are definitely gonna have more influence long term, and I'm like, they kind of seem like real normal people. They're just talking about drone striking the Middle East.
Yeah, this is
Their
weird.
summer internship. Like, but you're like a person, kind of.
I mean, this should bother you, but
Like, it's weird. It's weird how you're talking about it, but like, I get it.
someone's got to do it, right?
It's a
Yeah, dude,
dirty
like-
job. Someone's got to do it.
Someone's
My
got to
growth is
stand there
pregnant,
and find a
guys.
justification.
Granted, like, those people are gonna do like 20, 30 years of like something until they get to that point where they actually do have influence. But it's like, you definitely. I don't agree that maybe you should be making the calls. Get some more average Joes in there, dude. So,
Yeah, I really think they should just pick the president at random.
that would be so sick, dude.
I think you basically just make it like $150,000 a year job. Everybody in Congress makes like 60 grand, and then like, and you know, like they got to take the train or take the bus or something to get down there, and then like, and then there's no, you know, like you're barred from ever participating in any industry that you regulate or have any influence over, and then it's like, yeah, and you can cycle through it. You just pick new congressmen, new senators, new presidents at random. Like you can use the same terms of office. We could just literally go down the list of citizens and be like, all right, are you on heroin? No? Okay, get in there. Good luck. The next 4 years, you're going to be president, and we're going to do what you think is best. But then, like, you know, your librarian could be a senator. Like it could just be anybody, and we just have to deal with it.
Though, Mike, I like that. I like don't love it.
But nobody should love it. That's the point. It
I
should
would
be
rather
boring
be fucked,
and terrible.
One, either A, more charismatic, B, more intelligent, C, like more attractive. If they just fuck you over, dude, like it's like Hollywood shit. Like, to be real, dude, everyone should be in the movies. Get everybody. The movies is like a certain, like, not reality.
That's what TikToks are. Everyone's in a movie.
Like,
Exactly.
TikTok's fucking great, man, because you just see you get to see the freaks, dude. But it's also like, you don't want the freaks making, like,
I think
Why?
we should.
the military
why?
could just could just take over so easily. Imagine you're a
That's the thing.
librarian.
Dismantle that shit. You can automate the military.
Mantle the military, bro. That's
Yeah.
the one
No.
thing I like. Don't.
Here's why. Here's how you do it. You just start scaling it back, and then you basically have like some sort of like Israeli style thing where everybody trains for a little bit when you're younger and you're like ready to take up arms if you need to be to defend the country, whatever, right? But then you also just have a massive nuclear deterrent, like you still do, and you just make some weird council of elders, just a bunch of like. You know, smart, respected people that kind of shuffles in and out. It doesn't have to be like a super powerful thing, but those are the people who just get to like all be like, are we using the nukes? Yeah, let's do it. Like from expert people, you know, like
I think that's what we have now, though.
I mean,
No,
a little bit,
maybe.
but also with, like the control over all of the other massive parts of it is, and first of all, we have a massive standing army. Like you get rid of that shit, and then you don't have any sort of like ability to coup in that world where you just have random people. And you also take a lot of enforcement power, so you don't need as big of a breadth of duties.
Yeah, but like, I hate to say it, you're in charge of the everything. I would rather remain in charge. You know what I mean? I think the big standing army is nice because it's like the nukes are a good deterrent, obviously. But I think most people are gonna kind of look at like, is this worth nuking over? And it's like, no. So like, I feel like you're gonna get a lot more people pushing the line, pushing the envelope. But also, I think realistically, the best move is putting all these super rich people who are bored with Earth. Like they've run out of stuff to take out of the Earth. They're like, do you really think they're all hyped up about like electric cars and shit? They're not about fixing public transportation. Rich people want to leave and be able to mine Mars rocks, dude.
Give
You
them
know what I mean?
They'll have fun.
Be like, dude, send them people who want to work and make a ton of money, kind of like the new gold rush. That's great. And then like just have like people who are middle class now start. Kind of like Monopoly, but you get to like the people who own Broadway and all the fucking shit, and they're just fucking you every time you go around the thing. You get those people gone, and then it's like, all right, start over.
Everyone
How are
gets
you gonna fix the
400
world?
around go this time.
And you could really try like socialism and stuff like that, because then it's like, you know what? Like no one here is super rich where they're like looking to kind of like give away generational wealth or whatever. Have those big companies. You break them up. Some of those big conglomerates, especially with food and stuff, I think we should be 100% focused on making our food more local anyway. So it's like you in America, at least you get to do that shit. Like send these rich people away, dude. You've had enough of Earth. You guys have had it since like fucking the rest of us couldn't read, and we're living in huts.
Couldn't read.
That's a good idea.
It's the only way you're solving it, and I don't think it's going to be happening until the Lord gets to fucking Mars and makes that shit extra profitable. That's when we can just be like, as like all of us, instead of being like, oh, we're gonna burn stuff down and kill each other over it. I think everybody, all the couple billion people, look at the fucking, let's say, 8 billion people, those families, but you get the first original fucking, the people with the most money. You gather them up. Like, all right, see ya, first load. Like,
It's not
you
that
work
many
your way
people.
down the ladder. I mean, yeah, exactly. So it really doesn't take too much, and you send
I
some
mean,
workers them.
If
and
we're
it's
doing the
just like,
whole world, like that's all of America.
dude, that's cool. Send them to Mars. If Mars is so dope, send them to Mars.
Yeah, but I mean, what most of America is in the top 1% of the world, like wealth wise, right? So like that would like effectively if we just sent everyone from America, the UK, and most of the developed like that economic tier of the world, like you would end up with like just a worse version of what's going on now.
Well, but the thing is I'm not saying it's going to be better. I'm saying people
Push
can't
things up.
complain
New
that it's
vibe.
not fair because you push the people who own the fucking game, who are owning the fucking, like everything's kicking up to them realistically, no matter what happens. Like that level of people from around the world, because it is spread out. You take them, maybe the next 2 tiers, like the people who like dress up like fucking elves or whatever and go burn the owl, like that level people. Let's even say like you're gonna have to send these tech nerds somewhere, dude. These guys who got nothing going on right now, who like just got laid off at the same time. Like they can be on maybe even the second fucking wave out there.
That's
You
true.
just gotta work your way down, dude, all around the world, leveling it out, and that way everyone's level. You can maybe set up better like systems, stuff like that, because there's less of a pull at the top, like a need to keep the fucking system the way it is. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
just got to reset the game, and that's the only way you're going to do it without leveling half the world with nukes. You can't do that, because then it's like they run out of shit. Charge
Who
one
runs
piece of shit.
I'm just gonna say really quick: the Soviet Union sent all their rich people to a place, but they didn't call it Mars; they called it a gulag or a bullet.
We don't. I feel like it's way better to be like, hey, you guys get to start up there fresh, and you can like race each other again. Wouldn't that be cool? And they'll be like,
Yeah, go have fun again, nerds.
Because like, dude, I've watched Succession now, for the most part. And, like, it kind of just seems like those people want to play a game. And it's like, hey, do it somewhere else. You know what I mean? Throw each other, fucking go harvest Mars rocks and whatever.
And go be cancer elsewhere.
Do Monsanto up in space. That's cool.
You can destroy a planet with no life.
Yeah, dude, like, you guys can't be blamed for anything. You can go up there and have as much fun as you want. And then everybody who's kind of like the normal middle class and up, like, it's just like everybody gets to fucking... That's not that much fucking higher than everybody else when it comes to real... And you get to spend some of the money around. They don't take all the money to Mars.
What if you just sold it as a place with no rules?
I feel like they already get that here.
No. But like you can kill and eat people with impunity and not even have to hide it.
Like, dude, like, who cares? They can do whatever the fuck they want up there, dude. Go do whatever on Mars. They're like,
Yeah, but it's a hassle to not just live as you want to.
here's the deal. They got to set it up so, like, some of those tech nerds, they might actually be on the first wave. Like,
I
camp and
think
stuff.
tech nerds are the biggest problem.
Yeah.
That's why you send them away. There are low-key, that's the thing, too. They're our biggest problem. We can kind of be like, hey, let's unplug like a little bit of the social media stuff, everybody. We can be connected and stuff still. We don't need to be freaks about it. You know what I mean?
All the AI to space.
The AI would be great if we launched it up there. We'll be like, we'll test it up there first. But some people, like the guys who like working 90-hour weeks, and I'm like, I'm the fucking man. Like the old Carhartt generation, I feel like you send them up there too with the tech nerds.
They build all the stuff for the tech nerds because they're willing to work. They build all the stuff
for the tech nerds because they also need to complain about each other. You can't just send one of them away. Oh, I can't fucking complain about something. You got to send some baristas up there too.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we're going to need service workers,
baristas.
So let's just send like a third of the working poor also.
Tech nerds, working poor. They set it up, make it cool. Be like, oh, we have the capabilities to get the Mars rocks and stuff. And then they have to figure out what to do with them too. Like, they need to figure out what they're doing up there. Once they kind of get set up and they're like, okay, you guys can go play the game, you send the second wave, which is the super rich people, kind of balance out the money around the world, kind of, you know what I mean? Kind of set everybody up a little bit, and then we go like, all right, let's start again. Like, maybe stabbing each other in the streets and stuff, and stealing everybody's money, and like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff we could change probably once people who like money leave. That's the goal. That's the plan.
How long before that planet turns into the Hunger Games?
Not last long. It's not going to be. I feel like we shouldn't tell them now. We should tell them once we get them all to agree to it. Sure, that rich people would do weird shit. You'd have to have enough people up there that they can eat and hunt and do whatever the fucking weird shit they do here is. And then you don't have laws up there. Like, we can make it clear, like, oh, laws are going to be like, this is freedom up there, dude.
Yeah. But then, like,
from other parts of the world want to do their like kind of crazy like lockdown stuff. Do it up. Be on your other side of Mars, dude. Let's not fight yet until we figure out the cool stuff.
And then, like, a couple like young aspiring dudes will go up there thinking like they're the ones that are going to make it, you know. And then some of them will get hunted and eaten, and then other ones will like survive and then become the rich people in the second generation on Mars.
Yeah. That is like, I feel like we've figured. That's another great idea. That'd be a good show. I feel like you
show about that kind of, not that, but like the people on Mars are like bullied. The people at the Mars people are bullied. But we bully the tech nerds here on Mars.
Yeah,
doesn't really change.
Eventually, dude, the crazy thing would be that we'd have to like really make connection between Earth and there, like mostly like a phone relationship. Be like, oh, what's going on up there? Like, oh, that's cool. And then like phone each other every once in a while. Send a ship maybe like once every few months.
They'll be like, oh, we have drinking water now. Ah, good for you.
Yeah.
But it's just like we just go back and forth with it. You know what I mean? But like we keep them at a distance because after a while, I feel like either we'll be way superior to them or they'll be way superior to us. And it'll be like a weird new racism that we would maybe even not ever experience before, like the interplanetary stuff. Interplanetary racism might be fucking wild. So we need to maybe kind of limit that.
Limit context.
Yeah, but it's like a healthy friendship.
They're like the
You thought
crazy
about
aunts
this
and
a lot,
uncles.
Within like
I thought it
4
for a second before.
generations.
I just made that all up right now.
Within like
What?
4 generations, you'd have kids on Earth being like, my mom says my grandfather was a Mars person, and then the teacher's like, no, Mars people don't exist. They're not real people. It's a myth. It's
Like
made
the
up from the
Jedi.
early times.
How long do you think before they have a Mars 9/11?
2001 years.
Dude, imagine. That would be crazy. They should low-key just like run the whole, like, they should like be able to play out the whole history again up there if they're bored. That'd be so sick.
You could just
Not
dedicate
really.
the planet. It could be like a
It's kinda-
re-simulation of history.
Yeah, dude. It's kind of like Disney World for fucked up world leaders.
I
Be
love
like, dude, did you read the news? Did you read the news? What happened on Mars? Hitler won.
Martian Hitler.
He waited to push east until he finished the west. Gave him jackets
What
this
group
time.
of people did he hate this time? The same.
It was unfortunate.
They stuck.
He did it again. Exact same way. Yeah, there used to be a large Jewish population on Mars.
It's actually really weird how space Germans got really into it right away. Did not take much. It actually took. He was voted in with 96% this time around. They're not even hiding the 33%.
Remember all those people who said they would have did it differently? They were liars.
Dude, they all made it up. They very clearly had a plan. Dude, I we've said it before on this podcast, and I'll put it back on the record. I don't know. I feel like they really nipped that bud, and I feel like they at least have the conquering will. I feel like you'll never beat that out of the German people. Well, dude, it'll be another 40 years, and they'll get fucking riled up again.
You think that's it? 40 years?
Yeah, dude, dude, I think they were gonna sell us out over the pipeline this winter. Like, say what you will about us fucking hitting it. Allegedly, accidentally or on purpose, but it really kind of took that card out of the Germans' hands that they were pretty open saying they were gonna play.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Can you imagine if Angela Merkel became the next Hitler?
Dude, see, the thing is I don't even know if she's a bad lady.
I don't think she is.
No research. Yeah.
I mean,
but,
she's
like,
kind of a neocon, isn't she?
Yeah.
Or neo-lib, whatever.
She's a
They're all the
neo.
same.
Look,
They're all
She's
the
a
same.
Nazi.
Yeah.
she looks
She's
evil,
got some
though.
crazy tattoos. She does look evil.
That's the thing. Like, a lot of those people, like,
Those people.
It's
Yeah.
not like
Whoa,
Jesus, got it.
whoa.
But dude, here's the deal.
You're starting to sound like Angela Merkel.
Holocaust, bro. I feel like Germans lost their ability to fight criticism forever. Hate to say it, both. If a German was
It'll be a
pissed
while.
at this, if Germans were pissed at this, really have a hard time not pointing to the Holocaust. And then I would get back into my bit about how, who, like I said, could be a really nice lady. I have no idea, but she looks mean. She looks grumpy at least, minimum. I'm not saying she looks like Hitler. But she looks at least grumpy at most. Like, you wouldn't want to have a conversation with her. She might be a sweet lady, but like, I would be very judgmental to start. So
She is
I feel like,
to yell at you.
yeah. Oh, dude, I feel like some of her staff has been on the receiving end of a fucking lashing. Maybe not a physical one, but a mental one.
They're like, Angela, you can't do that anymore.
It's way.
There's a whole department for this.
Not the old days.
There's also a word for it.
Wouldn't it make her so much better though if she was fucking a nut like that? I feel like you want a German to be a nut, kind of like you want a. It's kind of like you want an Italian to be a fucking cartoon character, dude. I want to hear about the gabagool and the capicola and the mozzarella.
So it's kind of funny. The Germans, like when I was in Austria, this like all the Austrian people were saying like the difference in us as Germany is Germans are very like tight and straight laced, and like Austrians are more laid back, and like everything's kind of like, and that translates to language style, like the way in which they speak German. And I think it's weird because Hitler was Austrian. He was undoubtedly the most crazy uptight guy that they've produced.
That whole region can't. I hate to say it. Probably should be looked at on how they stop the Holocaust.
Wait, what'd you say? Sorry, you kind of cut out.
What I said was, I don't think a lot of Europe dodged the criticism that they also weren't really bad during World War II with the Jewish stuff.
Oh,
so I
yeah.
feel like Austrians especially, like you can act as laid back as you want, bro. You're not dodging that bullet. I know you guys were helping out.
Oh yeah, no, they were pretty admitted about it. Like he didn't. I thought about the Hitler thing, but like they have a bunch of like statues and stuff like that in Vienna, like right in the main square, and things that kind of acknowledge their role in the Holocaust.
It's hard to, dude. You can't really dodge it.
No,
not a lot of people. I think Poland is one of them that can kind of dodge it. No, actually, no.
No,
a lot of it was in Poland.
You know, I get into
Poland's
this.
love their victim card, though. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah,
a few of the
victim card, but there were some polls that were pretty like, oh, they're gonna get rid of the Jews. That sounds nice. It's like, whoa, that's like 50% of the population, guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of Catholic polls.
Oh, there's a lot.
Yeah, the country that gave up the Jewish people like right at the end. It was like Hungary or something, right? Or maybe it was Romania. It was like one of the last ones, and they like that was like a big wave that they just fucking wiped out. And they knew they were losing. There was no reason that the government should have given them over. Might have been Hungary. I think it was the Hungarians, but they're also Austro-Hungary. Like that whole fucking region was. They all must have been a little salty about World War One, and they rode the train.
Yeah.
Train, but loaded the train. Maybe cut that, but it's not historically inaccurate. So I mean, point the finger all you want. It's you guys are fucked up, and I'm calling you out. Maybe cut it though.
No, there's no need to cut the part where you denied the Holocaust, Cooper. That's fine.
Denied the Holocaust part, the last train comment.
That was a good comment. I liked it.
Yeah, it was unintentional.
It really was unintentional. But once I said it, I'm like, that didn't land well, and then I doubled down and said they loaded it, but they did because they are bad, and that's all I'll say about that. But anyway. Off the Holocaust. Honestly, dude, this is transition.
Coming into the 11 p.m. hour, we're going to be discussing the Holocaust.
Fuck. Oh, Prokop, what time are we at? We might want to
1:25-ish. I didn't even realize we were going this long.
Mine is what, like 2 minutes? 3 minutes?
Who said we're cutting that?
I know, I was just kidding.
I was going to say, Mike, do you have any closing thoughts? Anything you wanted to say but didn't get to?
No, not really. There's not like this has been a fun riff though.
Good. It's been a fucking
This has been a good podcast.
yeah, dude. We need to get back in person again too. The in-person riffs are better. Like I feel like once you get comfortable with them,
Oh hell yeah!
because it's like you're with it. But we'll have the Clambake this summer. But we'll see you Friday. So I'll follow him beforehand. Well, I'm gonna probably make you guys follow him when you get there. So if you're still listening at this point, you might as well follow him at Mike Massaro.
Hell yeah!
Coming up, go see him Thursday, Friday. If you listen, really the show that realistically you guys would see Mike Massaro at. So come see him then.
Hell
Bring
yeah.
a chair. Bring a chair, maybe.
BYOC.
Bring a chair.
Stop at
But,
IKEA.
Yeah, $12.99, but on top of the $10 ticket. But yes, make sure you get them. But thanks for coming on, Mike.
Hey, thanks for having me on, guys. This is awesome, and I'm looking
Dude.
forward to the show.
Dude, yeah, it's gonna be a fucking good time, man.
Can't wait.